again. Welcome to another glorious day in City of Heroes. I am your host, Levi Whitney. And once again, I'm playing as my brother's character, Adam Ant. However, he had some time to think about it and realized he was not particularly fond of that name. So he asked me to try to change the name. He asked if maybe Adam Antium, so that'd be Adam Antium, as two separate words. He was wondering if that was available. It unfortunately was not. There are enough players that they are just scouring the different possibilities and permutations of names. But I was able to find something. He is now Adam Antine. Still all the same outfits, though. So, I'm going to go ahead and have a conversation with this big guy. Should I go ahead and do some voice work? Let's see. I don't know if my throat's up to it. Praetor White looks at you beneath his glasses, cracking his neck. Adam Antine, heard a lot of things about you. Don't go getting all cocky just 'cause you took down some member of the Resistance. You're talking to the guy who fought during the Hamadan Wars, so I ain't impressed hearing that someone took down a stupid idealist who could use a gun. But you got my attention, so that means something. For now. You got some spark in you, even if you're still on the same level as most of the superpowered dogs here in Pretoria. Me? I'm the top dog. I keep all the other powered dogs in line. You want to get noticed? You break yourself away from the pack and join mine. That what you're trying to do, Adam Antine? That's the idea, Praetor White. I see a lot of ambition in you, Adam Antine. But that ain't gonna give you a free pass into my group. If you really want to get through the Powers Division, though, we're gonna have to make sure you got the skills it takes to stand side by side with us. You think you got what it takes? 'Cause I ain't got time to babysit any dogs when I can just throw you away. I've got what it takes. Believe me. What's next? Next, huh? We start working, that's what's next. Get yourself used to being in the high society of the Loyalists. Then come to me, and we can get moving towards keeping the peace here in Pretoria. Will do. A lot of the newer content in City of Heroes, a lot of the contacts were given introductory speeches. I'm going to do something real quick. These plaques, and also the plaques in City of Heroes, and the plaques in City of Villains, had a weird psychological effect on a lot of players. They would start looking at plaques in their own towns. So it's kind of funny. This game wound up inadvertently drumming up interest in local history. Let's see. There's another one. Praetor Duncan. Example of the power of history. It's kind of a joke there. And there's what I was looking for. So, the game has a mechanic where if you click a group of plaques that are related to the same story, you get a badge. In this case, it was the plaques that were related to those statues. I think this one might have been involved too. Yeah, because it's a statue of the Emperor. That's one of the main stories of going rogue. You got the Loyalists and the Resistance. It's like super-powered 1984 in this world. You don't see this in City of Heroes. In City of Heroes, it's like every single hero is like, hey, I gotta get to work. Gotta help some people. City of Villains, oddly enough, is not so much villainy. It's more like City of Mercenaries. I mean, yeah, there is an overarching evil plot, and there are a few really horrible people. But, like I said in a previous video, the setting is really not that much different from Shadowrun. It's like, hey, I need you to do some bad things to some bad people for money. But here in Pretoria, you're thrown into the middle of a rebellion. And the first thing you gotta do is work with this big guy. Listen up, because I'm only gonna say this once. Pretoria City is filled with yapping little dogs like you. And you know who I am? I'm the top dog. Keep that in mind and maybe you'll get to hang out and keep that in mind and maybe you'll get to hang out in my pack. You put all the other dogs in their place and you get noticed. Don't, and you get to sleep in the back alleys. Get what I'm saying? The name's Mr. White, but between me and you, you can call me Mr. White. Got it? While Emperor Cole's off saving the world, I'm in charge of the muscle. I work hard to keep this city safe from the tunnel rats who think they can take away all we've worked for. That's where my powers division comes into play. I'm the division, and all you guys are my power. God, I've seen this sort of thing in military discussions. I don't understand this mentality. Now that we got that straight, stop with the jibber-jabber and let's get down to business. Oh God, it's like they turned Mr. T into a character. Oh, I don't want to keep reading this character. I've had friends that have read off mission dialogue, and all they do is just machine gun the words out. It irritates the hell out of me. This day just gets better and better. We lost a lot of officers during the resistance attack on Precinct 5 earlier. Then, to make matters worse, the dumb as dirt TPN media circus decides it would be a good idea to report on it. So, he's sending me to a building to fight some members of the resistance. However, for him, it's about rescuing the hostages. Prayer White serves as a decent jumping off point for City of Heroes going rogue. Mostly because he's not trying to impress anybody. So when he sends you to go do something, you can be pretty sure that it's something that needs to be done. This isn't about making him look good. This isn't about putting on a show of force. This is, people are in trouble and they need to be saved. And he's sending you in. As going rogue progresses, though, you start to run into people in the different factions who don't have ideals or don't maintain a basic morality of, hey, we need to help people. You wind up with psychopaths who just want to hurt as many people as possible. You wind up with people who are just trying to look flashy for the camera. Got a lot of bleed damage on this character. Bad news for these guys. Oh, that's good to know. You're always a lieutenant. Music stops abruptly. Well, that was easy. Of course, it would be. I leveled up right before attacking that guy. Yeah. Until you get to the 30s, that's pretty much what leveling up is. Every even level, you get a new power. Every odd level, you get new slots to add to those powers. Some powers are okay with just the one slot they come with. Some powers, they really only get their basic functionality when you have 4 slots. Well, that's not true. Like I said, their basic functionality is what they are when you get them. But a lot of players, they prefer a certain level of performance. They prefer having 2 accuracies, 2 damages, or 2 accuracies and 3 damages. Some people don't even slot in endurance reduction. The more powers you get, the quicker this blue bar starts to vanish because you're just throwing abilities at the enemies. Those damn fools are fighting it for the wrong side. It's like, now I gotta go rescue the PPD. Now that I've rescued that guy, he'll be helping me. I love the animations on the officers. Like when they get hit or when someone attacks them, you see this energy field wrap around their body. Piece of invention salvage. Spell scroll. Ooh, I better heal up. Officer tap. Officer rounds. You can see dialogue from the resistance here. That's what those word bubbles were. It's kind of inspired from Clockwork Orange. In fact, there's a lot of British inspiration in Praetorian Earth. Can you tell that Doctor Who was popular at the time? Jeez, no wonder you guys needed my help. Rounds, that was terrible. You're almost dead, Rounds. This is how a melee-focused character helps with characters that are nearly dead, by bringing the fight to the melee-focused character, and only on the melee-focused character. That's what's called being a tank. Okay, that's Officer Hesh. Let's go rescue him and have even more backup. God damn, that man is gigantic. Now here's Dumpster. Oh, that was a kill shot. Held it sideways, that's a kill shot. Of course, I'm amped up on having just leveled up, so I'm both a level higher than all these people, and I'm boosted. No, but that's running out. Alright, they're fading away. Alright, boys, follow me. We're taking the stairs. I know you all have trouble navigating stairs. Why are there only 3 of you? This is why nobody likes escort missions. It took a long time for developers to realize that for an escort mission, the person you're escorting needs to be so close to you that their nose has to practically be inside your ass. Otherwise, they get distracted. They wander off. They start smelling flowers when they shouldn't be smelling flowers. I'm not going to make the joke that just came to mind, considering what I had just said before talking about smelling flowers. This is always fun. Who's going to get stuck on the rails? Why are you over on that side of the wall? Why do you guys keep running around all over the place? It's like leading a group of 6-year-olds. Rounds. You're still really hurt. sometimes ends up getting weird when you rescue somebody in this game. Like there's one villain side mission where you rescue a character named Wretch. He's like the City of Villains equivalent to... well, not exactly Hulk, but Hulk-like characters is what they were going for. And the moment you rescue him, anytime you encounter enemies, he ends up doing more damage than you do. And it's like, Wretch, why didn't you just fight your way out of here yourself? Alright, now I can just call the boss. Here he gives you reassurance that it's superheroes that are going to save this world, not normal police. Again, just another demonstration of just how twisted the thinking is in Praetorian Earth. You're not anybody unless you have superpowers. Typical Beware the Superman and really any Beware the Superman story is a critique on class-based society and caste systems. Now, after everything I've done, he's having me pick flowers for his wife. Or not his wife, his lady. He's got a girlfriend. Man, I wonder if they were planning on doing anything with that in the content that came after this. Because as the story progresses, some of the Praetorians become heroes, some of the Praetorians become villains. They abandon this Earth and join Primal Earth. That would be like, well, Marvel did that recently. They had a number of characters from their Ultimate line move into the main Marvel universe. Because they were shutting down the Ultimate line, but they knew that they had some popular characters there, so they moved those characters into Marvel Standard. And sort of the same thing happens here. Predator White, the guy standing under that statue over there, the guy sending me to get flowers for his girlfriend, his counterpart is still on Primal Earth. And we never got to see if Back Alley Brawler also had a girlfriend named Cleopatra. And by the time Predator White, spoiler alert, comes to Primal Earth, Cleopatra has died. Sadly, it doesn't matter what you do in the Praetorian Earth arcs. Like, you get to choose whether she lives or dies at one point in these arcs, if you follow that path. But in the end, she's still killed. You see one of the robots there. And this one's wearing coveralls. The amount of work they put into animating these robots. 31 roses for Prater White's lady. Certainly, citizen. While I check my inventory, just between you and I, Prater White has been a repeat customer of late. I surmise that his purchase of roses for his lady are part of a human mating ritual. If that is the case, might I suggest some chocolates to accompany the roses? Sure. A box of chocolates. It's only 6 pieces of chocolate, but this is the good stuff. Magnificent choice, citizen. The combination of chocolates and roses has a 78% chance of a positive response, much higher than just roses or chocolates alone. Oh, I apologize, citizen. I appear to be all out of roses. Could I interest you in another product? Ask about what else is in stock. Certainly. Allow me to access my inventory. Oh, I am terribly embarrassed. I appear to have nothing in stock at this time. Could I interest you in another product? What other product? You are all sold out. Pardon me, citizen. Allow me time to confirm your statement. Ah, yes, my inventory does appear to be empty. Is there something else I can help you with? Ask who bought all the flowers. I cannot give you the details on specific customers, citizen. However, I can tell you that there was quite a crowd of people here earlier, and they purchased all of my inventory. Ask where they went. Certainly, citizen. A number of citizens purchased and then took their flowers with them to honor the people killed in yesterday's terrorist attacks. Can I be of further assistance? Looks like you're going to have to find your own roses. And so what they did was they added glowies to the overworld. Glowies, clickies, they hum. What's unfortunate is that they didn't add an element of danger to this. Like, we're essentially committing vandalism here to do what the big guy says. And no one stops us. In works of fiction, a futuristic city this pristine and clean, but also in a dystopian setting like Going Rogue is. What I just did there should have been met with the lethal response. Okay. So she's like 5.5 feet. And he's 8 feet tall. It's like Mr. T dating Foxy Brown if Mr. T were built like Nathan Jones. Alright, another mission, and before I go into it, let's level up again. I can get more armor, or I can get another attack. For the first few levels, I usually like to focus on attacks. Get 3 main attacks. And that'll carry you through most fights. And there we go. Now I'll just adjust these. So that way, I've got my single target attacks, followed by my multi-target attacks. So these are all empty at the moment, except for the ones where I added the premium enhancements. Let's go ahead and fix that. Going to the single origin enhancements because, well, I threw $5 million on this character. I may as well use it. 2 accuracies. Don't have any defense. I do have something that can use healing. 2 things that can use healing, actually. But I'm only going to use one of them. One thing that can use jump. One thing that can use interrupt. One thing that can use endurance modification. And resist damage. And 2 things that can use run. Now let's see what I forgot. Single origin enhancements provide the biggest boost among the enhancements that you can just out and out buy. I could put this healing here. I could put this healing here. And I could waste the healing here because rest restores your health at a perfectly fine rate. But it takes some time to kick in. But once it kicks in, your health bar fills right up. This would boost my regeneration. This would boost how many hit points I've got. I'd rather do this. Make me run faster. When I've got certain power activated, run very much faster. That boosts my damage resistance. That makes rest function more quickly. That makes me jump higher. So, Prater White has me conducting a surprise inspection. Sergeant Callahan. Unfortunately, he just got the generic sergeant and the generic Praetorian police description. Warrant Officer McKinley. Warrant officers are promoted from the ranks of the troopers based on their loyalty to the PPD. Jessica Jimenez. Also promoted from the ranks based on their loyalty to the PPD. Adam Antine over here. I'm here to conduct Prater White's inspection of this lab. Well, as you can see, we're inspecting the labs right now, so there's no need for you to be here. I'm under strict orders, Captain. I see. That is unfortunate for you, then. You mean to push on the issue? Not push, shove. Oh no, it's an ambush. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa! It's the Resistance. What are they doing here? And why is your name Windshield? I think the going theory was that they named themselves based on the first thing they killed somebody with. Why did that guy die when the others didn't? I got a critical hit on him. Scrappers can do that. Okay, anybody else gonna show up? Well, before I continue, let's go back and have a word with the other officers. Maybe they don't know what's going on. Maybe. And maybe pigs can fly. Hey, Sergeant Callahan. Wait, you mean to tell me you don't have the most powerful handgun in the world? With a magical ability to blow someone's head clean off? Huh. Maybe if you had that, you'd be alive. Are there any cops who are actually cops here? And that's the beginning. Or they've got a name that's just somewhat British. Let's go ahead and use that. And that's level 5. Let me just go ahead and use this. Even though he's in civvies, he's still got the clawed Adam Antine gloves going on here. I don't have to go through and rip out these guys' lungs, but I want to. Because I love using the level rush. That appears to be everybody. In the words of Raphael, aw, no more? And that's the opening arc of City of Heroes going rogue. Finishing the arc gave me an extra chunk of experience points. And now I need to know where to go. Now I could talk to Calvin Scott, but this character doesn't really have a reason to. Well, there is that. You've lent your support to the Praetorian resistance to overthrow Emperor Cole. So let's go ahead and get this level up done. So I can call the message man. I ain't gonna go full on resistance speak on you, because we ain't got time to lose. What are you talking about? You make sure to contact me every now and then, and I'll make sure to give you the scoop on what's going on here in Pretoria. What he offers is just basic random missions. This is actually something I'm really glad they included in City of Heroes and City of Villains. It started with City of Villains. Newspaper missions, Radiant missions. But with City of Heroes and City of Villains, you can only do so many, and then you have to talk to a contact and maybe do a special mission. Mayhem missions for villains, safeguard missions for heroes. I make it sound like a chore. Sometimes it is. But if you're in the mood, safeguard missions and mayhem missions can actually be a lot of fun. Heck, my friends and I recently did one where we wound up having a big snafu. We went in at a team level of ×8, So there were only 3 of us. And we went in as if it was an 8-man team. We got this one side mission where we were supposed to, it was a mayhem mission, so we've got a side mission where we need to rob a jewelry store. In those missions, there are little sensors scanning the whole map. And if you run through one of those sensors, it triggers an alarm, and ambushes start to head your way in an effort to stop you. Now, my friends had a plan, they had a strategy, or rather, one of my friends had a plan and a strategy. It's something we'd done several times before on higher level characters who were better suited for this sort of thing. But to make matters worse, what happened, I ran through, triggered a bunch of alarms, my friends got ready for a fight, the doors opened, and a lightning cloud came through. Started zapping my friends. It all went downhill from there. The 3 of us got knocked out. We hit the hospital teleporter and promptly got zapped into the Paragon Police jail. Fortunately, we were all in the same cell. We fought our way out of the cell by using our powers to break the door, to resume the mayhem mission. And that's when the elevator doors opened up, and in came the very same people that had beaten us up in the first place. What followed after that was, I would say, a 10-minute slog of getting beaten down, getting back up, fighting our way out of the random cell we got teleported into, or sometimes the door was already open because it was one we'd already busted down. Meanwhile, the enemies are always aggroing on us immediately. So it's like, they got back up, let's go beat them up again. It sounds horrific. And one of my friends, he did seem a little bit glum about the whole thing, but it was fun. Then we leave the police station. We'd already cleared a lot of the streets around it before the jewelry store heist. We get outside and look around, and suddenly the streets are teeming with cops and longbow. It was all of the spawns we didn't get a chance to fight. And if we got too close, they aggroed on us again. It was fun. So that guy gives random missions. This guy resumes the story. Good to see you're on board with the Resistance. Remember this. We need you on the inside, so play the part. We're planning everything around it. Now then, let's see what we can do to take the fight to Cole. And he gives options for different contacts to talk to. Fortunately, the dialogue here explains who you're talking to and what path they take you down. You can join with the Crusaders, and they're all about blowing things up. The revolution will not be civilized. Or you can join the Wardens. They're trying to help people. And one of the main themes that City of Heroes Going Rogue really hammers home is that no matter what you're trying to do, it's never going to be clear cut. There's really only one arc on Among the Crusaders where people go, that's pretty messed up. But it's also one of the funniest arcs. I don't think I'll do it on this character though, because it involves firing off a neutron bomb in a civilized area. And yeah, that's why it's fucked up. This character is more Warden. And next time I play as Adam Antine, I'll pick up from here. So, thank you for watching, and have a good one.